June is Pride Month, and STL Pride has some big things planned this year. We're super excited. Also, some important changes to share as well. So we're joined now with our good friend, Jordin Baxter with STL Pride. Good morning, Jordin. You were just telling me you got off a flight at like 2 a.m. So thank you so much for still being with us today.
No problem, my pleasure.
Yes. Okay, so a lot of new things this year, including concerts. So you guys announced a few weeks ago, Jordin Sparks, David Archuleta, a ton of big names that are going to be performing this year. What has the response been like from that?
A lot of people are really excited because we're bringing in some Jordin Sparks. She'd been before. She was a crowd favorite. We decided to bring her back this year because we're trying to, kind of rewrite some history and bring back some history into Pride. And they loved her. And David Archuleta, cute little thing that he
Cute little thing. He's so cute.
Cute little thing that he is.
You just want to squeeze his little cheeks.
Because I was just in D.C. That's why my flight was delayed from yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was there. And I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, he's so precious. You should go put him up, put in your pocket."
No, seriously.
Yes, I was like, I should just bring him with me.
You should. You should have, Jordin. Why didn't you? We had a seat ready for him.
He could have sat right here.
Right there.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what'll be so fun? Well, PrideFest is charging a $10 two-day festival pass for the first time in its 45-year history. So can you kind of walk us through the decision-making process behind this new ticketing model?
Yes, because we're having this 45 for 45 campaign because it's our 45th year of celebrating Pride here in St. Louis. So to do 45 and beyond, we needed some help from the community because we want to make Pride St. Louis and PrideFest sustainable because we have a lot of projects for the community that we want to do going forth. And to do that, we have to have funding. And as we all know, corporate sponsors are dropping out. And we heard what the community was saying. Less sponsorship, more community. Less corporate, more community. So that's what we're trying to do by, doing the 45 for 45 ticket this year. And, no one will ever be turned away from PrideFest.
Right.
Yes, so if you can't afford a ticket or you have some financial reasons, then we have a website we can go to and we'll send you a ticket. So
I was going to ask actually what kind of impact do you think this would have on attendance, but I really do think people are going to come out because they really support the Pride community here in St. Louis. We have a huge support for Pride. So, but you're saying y'all will still let them in?
Oh yeah, because Pride is for everyone.
Yes.
Yes, and we have to remember that Pride is still a protest. Pride in itself is a protest. When our community gets together and we celebrate and we show the beauty and uniqueness and diversity of especially our St. Louis LGBTQI plus community, that is an act of resistance because, we're under some scrutiny this year, especially our trans community.
Yeah.
And we want this Pride, especially this Pride, to be loud, proud, and just let people know that we're resilient and we're not going anywhere.
Well, kind of going off that, I was going to say, in our current climate, there's always been backlash, unfortunately, it seems like constantly. But right now, why is this year's Pride going to be so important, especially for those in the LGBTQ plus community, but also those in the trans community as well? Why is this so crucial?
Because over the legislative, let's take Missouri for instance.
Yeah.
Well, we just finished the Missouri legislative session, and at the end of that, they were talking about the abortion ban, but on the abortion ban, they stuck constitutional amendment for gender-affirming care. This is something we've been fighting with my friends at Promo and MTUG for years. And so we just want to make sure that they all know that you're not going to write any legislation, any amount of hate, you're not going to erase us. We were always here, always been saying history repeats itself. So we said something in the 70s, 80s, we're queer, we're here, get used to it. We need to bring that back because we're queer, we're here, get used to it, and we ain't going nowhere.
No, definitely. And I mean, for you, Jordin, you've come on the show so many times, we know you so well. Just personally, I'm wondering, leading up to PrideFest, you have a crazy schedule.
Crazy.
But you love it. So what are these few weeks like for you to not only, do this for the community, but also you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it for everyone else out there. What are these 2 weeks like? I'm sure it's a sprint in a marathon.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah, but I do it because I use my privilege. I have certain privilege, and I acknowledge I have privilege that some people don't. And I also use voice for those who think they don't have a voice. But I let everyone know your voice matters. You have a voice and you matter. So I'm out here doing interviews like this. I'm out here just making sure that everyone has a good time because I want to make sure that everyone in St. Louis knows that we're queer, we're here, and we're not going anywhere.
Is there anything besides David Archuleta and his cute baby face, and you want to put him in your pocket, that you're most excited for this year with PrideFest? What would you say you're most excited? David Archuleta, if he is watching this morning, which he should be, he's probably going to be like, okay, I need a restraining order on the girl in the white dress. It's getting weird.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes, the parade, for the first time ever, we're going to have a Pride march. It's on Saturday. We're going to meet at Keener Plaza at 9:30. And we're going to start at 10, and we're going to walk to the steps of City Hall and tell them this is what we need to help our trans community, and also make sure that St. Louis is a safer, more inclusive sanctuary city.
For anyone that maybe hasn't been to Pride, and if you haven't, you need to go, what's one thing you want to tell them about how special it is? I feel like every time I've gone, Channel 5 is always there. You feel so uplifted and empowered afterwards, even just being an ally of the community. I feel better when I leave Pride, you know? So what do you want people at home to know who maybe have never been before about how special it is?
People at home to know, just come and have a good time and celebrate who you are. Because you get one life. Come live your authentic self. We appreciate our allies like you who come and support us and have a good time. And we just want to people to be happy. We want to show, and all this stuff that's happening bad toward our community, we want to show the beauty and the joy that we have. Like I say all the time, I have trans joy. You cannot ever take away my trans joy, no matter what you do.
No, you can, and you're always exuding joy. I just feel so much happier when I see you.
Thank you.
You're always so much fun.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Jordin. So quickly remind everyone when PrideFest is, all the details they need to know.
It's June 28th and 29th. And I just want to say this before I go. Thank your friends at Four Hands for stepping up. They have made a special beer can for $45.45.
Okay.
So look for those in stores.
Yes.
It's June 28th and 29th, right down here downtown St. Louis.
Awesome. We're so excited, Jordin. Thank you so much for joining us. And you'll be on Today in St. Louis Weekend Edition here soon.
Oh, yes, of course.
So y'all tune in.